Okay, you guys, there's a scene in K-pop Demon Hunters that lasts less than a minute. I've been obsessing over it for weeks, and I'm either completely losing my mind, or this is the most important scene in the entire movie that nobody's talking about. I'm talking about the old woman in the marketplace. She shows up, gives Rumi a bracelet, roasts Jinu to his face, and vanishes forever. And everyone just accepts this? When I show you what I found hiding in this scene, you're gonna rewatch this movie completely differently. So let's watch what actually happens. Rumi and Jinu are meeting in the marketplace. She's trying to convince him to help them win the Idol Awards. She tells him, "You can be free from those voices forever." They're discussing freedom from Gui Ma's control. But listen to what Rumi says right before everything changes. Because if there's no hope for you, what hope is there for me? And listen to what happens. Rumi says, "What hope is there for me?" And immediately, I mean within seconds, this old woman appears. It's like she was summoned by the question itself. She doesn't just randomly appear, she appears at the exact moment hope is needed. She tries to sell them a bracelet, assumes they're dating, they deny it. She gets right in Jinu's face, and I mean right in his face, examines him like she knows what he is, and calls him hopeless. Then she turns to Rumi and just gives her the bracelet for free. No negotiation, no sales pitch. Just, here, free one.
This bracelet becomes the most important object in the movie. It saves the world. A random vendor's gift? Really? What if she's not random at all? What if she's the third Sunlight sister? The one who disappeared? The one whose name is never mentioned? The one who knew Rumi's mother? Think about it. The Sunlight sisters were active 25 years ago. This woman's the right age. She appears at the exact moment they're discussing freedom. Like she was listening. She knows Jinu is a demon immediately. She knows Rumi is free from Gui Ma's influence. How could she possibly know these things? Unless she's been fighting demons her entire life. Listen to what Rumi says right before the old woman intervenes. "But I am a mistake. Have been since the moment I was born." She's confessing her deepest shame. And that's when this woman appears. If she's the third sister, imagine hearing Rumi, the daughter of your dead friend, call herself a mistake. The pain in her eyes suddenly makes sense. And you guys, I discovered something that made me lose my mind. In Korean tradition, there's this goddess called Samshin Halmoni, literally grandmother spirit, who protects children. Korean grandmothers pass down norige, ornamental charms that are literal protective talismans. This isn't just giving a bracelet. In Korean culture, this is a grandmother giving protection. But then I have this thought that absolutely wrecked me. What if this bracelet isn't even hers to give? What if 20 years ago, when Rumi's mother was dying, maybe holding baby Rumi for the last time, she gave this bracelet to her teammate? She said, "When my daughter is old enough, when she needs it most, give her this." The old woman has been carrying this bracelet for 20 years. Waiting for the exact right moment. The moment when Rumi calls herself a mistake. The moment she's with Jinu, who's struggling with his own demonic existence. Here's the thing about Korean grandmothers giving protective charms for free. It's not charity. It's destiny. And this wasn't just any grandmother. This was someone who'd been waiting 2 decades for this exact moment. That's not just giving a gift. That's a mother reaching through time to tell her daughter, "You're not a mistake," through the only person she trusted with this message.
The old woman says, "Here, free one, go find yourself a better boy." She's either talking about the bracelet or calling Rumi the free one. And listen to this timing. Rumi just finished saying, "You can be free from those voices forever." Then immediately, this woman calls her Free One. Here's what destroys me. Rumi is the only person free from Guima's voice of shame. This random vendor somehow knows Rumi's deepest secret, that she's immune to demon control. How could she possibly know this unless she's something more? Right after they discussed being free from those voices forever, in the credits, she's listed as market grandmother, not vendor, grandmother. In Korean culture, that's not just age, that's a protective role. The bracelet itself, purple and blue twisted together. It's the exact pattern used in Korean mudong ceremonies to represent opposing forces in harmony, human and demon united. But here's what destroyed me when I dug into Korean color theory. Blue in Korean tradition means hope and life. Purple represents power and nobility, basically demon royalty. The bracelet is Rumi's humanity and hope, blue, twisted together with her demon power, purple. It's not just wearing these colors, it is the war between human hope and demon shame made physical. Someone trained in the old ways would recognize this immediately. When the old woman calls Jinu, hopeless, watch what happens. Rumi immediately responds, "That's the funny thing about hope. Nobody else gets to decide if you feel it. That choice belongs to you." The old woman's words activated something in Rumi. She gave her more than a bracelet, she gave her a philosophy about hope itself. And Jinu, he actually tries to grab the bracelet at the end. Despite being called hopeless, he wants what it represents. And Rumi, understanding rejection better than anyone, makes sure he gets it.
Here's where it gets even more incredible. This bracelet, this gift of hope, travels through the entire movie. Rumi gives it to Jinu, passing on that acceptance. But watch what happens next. Even Derpy understands what this bracelet represents. When Jinu is at his lowest, after betraying everything, this magical tiger brings him the bracelet. He's trying to return hope to his master. And Jinu? He's wearing it during after betrayal in final scene. He's wearing the symbol of hope while destroying everything. He literally can't let go of what it represents. And here's what completely blew my mind in the final scene. Remember the bracelet was blue and purple? After Jinu's sacrifice, when we see Rumi at the end, she's wearing a golden bracelet. Gold in Korean tradition is reserved for the most significant events, for perfection achieved. The hope that started as struggle, blue and purple twisted together, has transformed into something pure, something realized. The bracelet evolved with their journey. We watched hope transform into gold, and we didn't even notice it. Why we all missed it? Here's something wild. There's this universal story pattern called the reveal moment. The harmless old woman suddenly has immense power. Gramatala in Moana, Yubaba in Spirited Away, fairy godmothers. We've been trained by thousands of years of storytelling to recognize this moment, and we still missed it. Because it was done so perfectly, it spoke directly to our unconscious. We missed it because it felt so natural, so right, that our brains just accepted it. Think about it. Animation does this all the time. Rapunzel's golden hair in Tangled? Physical hope. The colored memory orbs in Inside Out? Emotions made tangible. Animation can make hope physical, and that's exactly what happened here. We watched hope save the world through a bracelet, and we didn't even realize it. In every interview, directors Maggie Kang and Chris Applehands discuss cut content, deleted backstories, removed fights, entire character arcs. But this scene, that could have been cut to save time, not one
word. It's not cut content, it's protected content.
Celine raised Rumi in fear. She told her to hide, suppress, be ashamed. This old woman, she's different. She sees Rumi with the demon and doesn't react with fear. She just sees a young woman who needs kindness. Think about that. She spends the entire movie hating her demon side. This bracelet is the first time anyone has given her something that represents acceptance of both sides. When she passes it to Jinu, she's passing on that acceptance. The kindness multiplies. That's how healing happens, not through grand gestures, but through small acts of seeing someone fully and saying, "You're enough." If she really is the third sister, imagine the confrontation in a sequel. Two different responses to the same trauma. One chose rigid control, the other chose distant kindness. But even if she's not, even if she's just a spiritually aware grandmother, that's almost more beautiful. It means hope can come from anywhere. You don't need to be special or chosen. Sometimes you just need to be kind at the right moment. Every culture on Earth has a story about an old woman who appears briefly, gives a sacred object, and changes everything. Korean shamanism, Japanese folklore, Disney movies. It's the same story told 1,000 ways. And we watched it happen and didn't even notice. So watch this scene again, knowing this. See how she appears right when they discuss freedom, how she intervenes when Rumi calls herself a mistake, how she examines Jinu with decades of experience, how she gives the bracelet with absolute purpose. This isn't random. This is the heart of the movie, hidden in plain sight. Tell me what you see now. Am I overthinking this, or is there something here we all missed? Who do you think she really is? The third sister carrying out a dying friend's wish? Or something else I haven't even considered? Drop your theories below, because the more I watch this scene, the more convinced I become that it's the key to everything. Sometimes the most important stories are the ones hiding in plain sight. Sometimes the most powerful characters are the ones who barely speak. And sometimes a few seconds is all you need to change everything. The question is, are we paying attention?